I'm Jacob Batchelor, and welcome back to TCTC Time. Today we have a special announcement from Skills.
Good morning. I'm Colin Maloney, your Northeastern Skills USA Regional Officer for 2020 through 2021. I am here along with my fellow compatriots to tell you about Skills USA Week that will be taking place next week. Now, Skills USA will also allow you guys to have a better education and more opportunities in your workforce.
I'm Clara Easterday. I'm a junior in the cosmetology program and a Skills USA member. Next week is Skills USA Week. This is an annual event to promote career and technical education, spread awareness of Skills USA, and highlight important aspects of our organization. Skills USA Week is next week, February 2nd through the 8th.
I'm Marguerite Schrock. Watch your email from Ms. Dubel for contests and prizes, if you win, about TCTC on Twitter and Facebook at TCTC Skills USA.
I'll be checking my email. Thank you for that message. Thank you to all the skills officers, actually, for that important message. Up next, we have a couple guests here to talk to you about the TCTC Roundtable.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to our second TCTC Roundtable discussion. As you know, the TCTC Roundtable is a group of students that get together 3 times a year. We just finished our second get-together, and at the Roundtable, we just discuss areas of concern in the building at TCTC, and we discuss them in ways to make things a little bit better for the student experience. So as I said, we just had our second Roundtable discussion 2 weeks ago, and today we're just going to kind of report out to the school as to what was discussed and some of the resolutions to the points of concern. So one of the very first concerns that the students had at our second roundtable discussion was the cafeteria service, food, and things like that. The very first issue that came up was the students wished that they could substitute a mini water in place of the mini milk. Some students don't like the milk, they don't like the way it tastes, so they wanted to swap out a mini water for the mini milk. This is John King and Autumn McGuire, 2 of our students that were on the roundtable, and they're going to help me kind of report out some of the resolutions that we had. So John, you want to tell them what we came up with for that?
So the solution for the water instead of the milk was that the cafeteria has very strict guidelines set on it by the USDA, and they could not do that. The 1% milk or skim milk is what they have to give us according to the USDA guidelines, and it may not taste good because low fat content. TCTC has ordered lactose intolerant milk in the past, and they have had to throw away a case of it because nobody drank it. Mr. Ramsey did say he will try this again, though.
Okay, great, thank you. So just to recap what John said, we have guidelines from the United States Department of Agriculture that requires us to serve that milk, and there's really nothing we can do. We cannot swap that out for a water because it would be against the law. Some of the other cafeteria concerns was that the students would like to see more protein served in the lunch rather than carbs. And once again, the USDA guidelines requires us to have so much protein and so much carbs in a lunch, and there's nothing we can do about that. Chef Ramsey is the guy that's down there making sure and counting all of these numbers to make sure everything is done correctly, and that's what we have to serve. Another cafeteria concern was some of the students didn't like the fact that we offered diet soda, because diet soda, in the news lately has been an area of concern for health reasons. Studies show that the diet sodas aren't as healthy as some of the other sodas. So Autumn wants to make a point about that.
Well, the school only sells 2 diet sodas, which is Diet Coke and Diet Root Beer. All of their other sodas and drinks are mostly zeros, which can be purchased by any student.
So there is another solution other than the diets. Again, Chef Ramsey downstairs makes sure that we have other drinks other than diet. You can't have regular soda because of the law. You can have the diet or the zero, and there are a lot of choices of zeros down there. The second area of concern that came up was book bags. There's a lot of confusion, I guess, as to what is a book bag, when can it be carried, if at all. A large purse, is that a book bag? And so we're going to look at this a little bit more. There's a student handbook committee team that's going to look at this next week. We're going to discuss it more, and we'll come to a conclusion on that. But I understand there is some concerns, confusion about what's a book bag, and we will have that clarified for you within 7 to 10 days. And then the last area of concern were TCTC shirts. Some of the students don't like a polo. They wish there'd be better quality. They want a quarter zip in the package. And once again, the Student Handbook Committee is going to look at that, and we're going to come to a resolution and report out to you in about 7 to 10 days as to what we're going to do about the program shirts. I know you don't like the polos. I know you don't like the material, and you'd like a quarter zip, and we're going to see what we can do about that. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you for giving us all of that information. Thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Jacob Batchelor, and as always, I'll see you next week.